Hi guys, it's Chris speaking, and welcome to whatever this will be. I am 27, female to male transgender, and I thought I would come here and share my experiences as an older trans person, or someone who discovered that they were trans a little bit later in life. I don't fit the narrative. I didn't figure this out when I was a kid. I didn't always know. I lived right up until 26 with, I guess, inklings along the way, just from stories that people have told me when I was looking back and talking about my past and whatnot, but it never really hit me until that point in August 2018. From that point, I figured out who I am and quite rapidly gone through the steps to get onto hormone replacement therapy, which I actually start next week. So I know what you're thinking. That is a really short amount of time, but it's not. It feels like the longest period of time that I've ever gone through. And I wanted to share with you a little bit with, I guess, how I came to that conclusion because, in all honesty, it hit me like a freight train. And like I said, I had inklings from, previous conversations, um, but it never really, I guess, hit me until that moment last year. So my partner and I, we went shopping. We were just at a department store. We'd been there for a couple of hours and we were hungry. And we went to go and choose somewhere to eat. And we did the whole, oh, I don't know, what do you want? I don't know, what do you want? Back and forth a couple of times. And I turned to her and I said a comment which wasn't overly fair. And I am sorry. But I said, oh, women never know where to eat. She turned to me and she looked at me dead on and she said, "But you're a woman too." And I felt my entire world come crashing down. Uh, because my first thought in that instance was, "No, I'm not." Sorry about the cat. It's not mine. It hangs out here. Um, yes, my first thought was, "No, I'm not." And it was the most, I guess, powerful thing that sort of went through me because, like I said, it hit me like a freight train, and my entire world crashed down around me, and my brain just went. Poof. I went really quiet. We went and we finished up what we were doing. We came home, and I put myself in the bedroom. My partner and I were still fairly new to each other. She had moved in, but she hadn't been there very long. To put that into context, she moved in 12 weeks after we started dating. Yeah, I moved fast. So a little while later, she came into the room and I was still there under the blankets, just freaking out, almost catatonic. I didn't know what was happening to me. All I knew was that everything had changed in that moment. Things started clicking into place from my past that I had put stock in, but I'd never thought about in that context. When I grew up, I didn't have the narrative. I knew of transgender people. I even had a couple in my life, but I hadn't made that connection that that was me just yet. But she came and she sat on the bed next to me. She looked down and she said, "This isn't the first time you've thought about this, is it?" And I had to say no. So, what I guess happened after that was I ran through my entire life, my previous 26 years, just looking for information. Um, things that I'd done, things that I'd said that could have indicated to me that yes, I was. I started researching, and I'll tell you more about that in the coming videos. But it hit me that when I was 14 and I realized that I was attracted to women, my first thought was, oh, I must be a boy because I'm attracted to girls. It didn't click then. Um, I moved on. I pretended to be a heterosexual woman for a little while. Nothing felt quite right. And then I got to uni and I met a girl and I was like, okay, well, I guess I can come out as gay. And I lived in that world for quite a long time. I got together with my ex, who I was with for 8 years, um, and that's a whole nother story. But there was always something blocking it. I looked back in conversations with a trans guy friend of mine who I played basketball with many years ago, and when I asked him about it, I said, "Oh, I thought that I was, but then I thought I could come out as gay and I would be comfortable." Oh, that bit me in the ass, but that's okay. It's all experience. There was conversations which I'd had with my best friend, sorry, 12 months prior. He bought me my first binder, and I got really nervous and didn't know what it was. I wasn't in a safe space in my previous relationship where I could experiment, so it went in the closet, and then it got bought out after this conversation. So there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since that time, but it did lead me to say the three most powerful words I think I've ever said, and that is that I'm not female. So the last 12 months have been a year of discovery, and it's been the most devastating but also the most joyous time in my life. And I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. I'm scared because I'm established in the world as an adult, and there's a lot of things to do to make it happen. But since starting, I've not stopped. I've not been able to. I've not been able to stop the train now that I'm on it. So I will be here and sharing my thoughts and experiences with you guys. Should you want to join me? Hi, Mum. I'm pretty sure you're the only one that will watch this, but that's fine. Let's not put that in. Well, who cares? Yeah. So if you want to come along and listen to my ramblings, then you're welcome to. If not, that's fine too. But yeah. Okay, bye.